We just landed in Minnesota. We took the red eye out and we are headed to Washington D.C. to cover some protests going on, the Women's March, the March to Stop the Justice. So we took the red eye out for you guys. That's how much we love you. So join us. Hey guys, so I'm here obviously at the Supreme Court where yesterday there was a massive protest and no confirmation before inauguration, and of course it was the annual Women's March. So it was a combination of, we had on the right hand side we had pro-lifers and on the left hand side we had pro-choice. It was an interesting time, and when we got here the pro-lifers were louder than the pro-choice, but that quickly changed. In a peaceful protest kind of way. Overall, it was a great experience. I just wanted to take a few moments to acknowledge what is, at this point, by the time you guys see this video, had already happened. We will have a new Supreme Court Justice, Amy Coney Barrett. I had to say it slow because I'm having trouble remembering her name. Now, my issue with this now justice, I can say that, is not that she's conservative, not even that she's pro-life. I can handle that. I handled Sandra Day O'Connor. My problem with her is that she is not qualified for the job. We as women have to work 10 times harder than men to get ahead. And she, to me, is someone who's cut in line. She's only been a federal judge for 3 years. She's never been a lawyer in court. She's been a constitutional professor prior to being a judge. And yet she showed up to her confirmation hearing with no notes and unaware of what was written in the First Amendment. Now, when your job is going to be interpreting the Constitution, that's a massive problem. And I just think of all the women who've paved the way for each and every one of us, and how they've opened the door for myself and Amy. And to me, she seems to be the woman that will walk through that door that has been open for her and close it right behind her. Time will tell, but in RBG we trust, and we carry on. We are here at the start of the Women's March 2020, which is crazy. So where are you coming from, first and foremost?
Connecticut.
Connecticut. So you drove out here today?
Yep.
Okay, did you go to the 2017 March?
No, first
time. So what made you come here today? What made you feel was so important to come here today?
Well, it's time for change.
Okay. Was it RBG's passing that pushed you over the top, or?
It was her passing and then, trying to
push through.
Yeah.
Push through the Supreme Court nominee. Yeah.
Yes.
How did you watch any of the confirmation hearings or anything?
Yeah.
Okay. So how did you feel about the potential new Supreme Court justice?
Well, not well.
Right. Okay.
It's not comforting knowing that she doesn't really know our amendments and things like that.
You mean the First Amendment? Yeah. Okay, so I'm here with 3 lovely ladies who came all the way up from Florida. Did you guys drive? Or did you?
Yes.
Okay. Wow. How long was that?
11 hours.
Oh my God. Okay, that's commitment. So is this your first Women's March?
No.
This
is my first, but not theirs. I was here 4 years ago.
Okay, so you felt the extreme pain 4 years ago. Yes. All right. How did you ladies feel about RBG in general? Just who she is as an amazing superhero, right?
Amazing from beginning to end. Everything about her.
She's an amazing woman.
What do you think RBG did for you ladies in your lives?
Made it personal. For me to get a credit card, for me to buy my own house, for me to go to school, for my daughter to participate in sports in high school, for everything.
What would you like to say to the younger generation who feels hopeless now? Like for myself, I grew up, RBG was always on the Supreme Court. She was just always there most of my life. And I felt when that happened, like, where's my compass? Where are we going now? So I know a lot of my generation and the youngers. What would you like to say to them? Because you ladies have been through a lot of change for women's rights, so what would you like to say to them?
Keep speaking
Keep
out.
fighting, keep fighting out. Don't give up. Stay positive.
Say your truth, speak your truth, make a difference, find value in yourself. Don't let anybody tell you that you are somebody that you don't think you are. Allow yourself to speak.
What did RBG mean to you?
Well, she meant I was able to get a credit card in my own name without having to ask my husband. I was able to get a job in what was previously a man's only with the Internal Revenue Service. And so she just gave us so much.
I know.
But she's very important.
She's so important. All right, so moving forward, what are you hoping happens post Women's March?
Well, I hope that Biden wins and Kamala, so that maybe we can get, and so the Senate too, because we need to take the Senate down there.
Yes.
And so we need to do that before, we have to get the power. Without the power, we can't do nothing.
So is this your first march?
It is not.
It is not
for me.
for you.
Yes.
First time. What other marches have you been to?
I've been to Women's March, not my third time.
Wow. Okay, you're an expert. Okay. So what brings you out here to a Women's March as men? Curious.
I think the definition for feminist to me is the equality and equity between male and female. So I think it's just part of my responsibility of who I am. I was raised by two women, two strong women, and they marched when they were my age, so I got to do my part.
What about you?
I think the most important thing for me is to listen and learn and get out and go to different rallies. Even if you don't agree with anything, you can learn something, you can get something new. So I think anyone should come out to these. It's great to learn.
I love it. And you have a great time. You get to show everyone your sign. Love it. Thank you so much, guys, for coming. So obviously you are an RBG fan, as we all are. So how do you feel with everything going on right now with this next justice pick? How do you honestly, truly feel?
I feel like it's a major farce. It's a hypocritical process. Mitch McConnell stating that he wanted to wait to replace Scalia's chair back during the 2016 election, and now he's fast-tracking this justice's process. It's very hypocritical, and it's a slap in the face to the American people. And I don't think it matters if you are, Republican, liberal, or what your stance is. It's a slap in the face to democracy.
Right, I agree. And against, I believe everything RBG stood for.
Absolutely.
What does RBG mean to you? I know it's a big question, and to me, I could tell you, outside of my mother, she and my grandmother, she was such an inspiration to me, to the point where the night that I found out that she had passed, I was sobbing in tears. I just feel like as a woman that what we're getting in her replacement is just gonna backpedal everything she has ever fought for in her entire lifetime. And I thought it was a major smack to her when Lindsey Graham said that we have a justice who is unapologetic for her faith. Last time I checked, RBG was very, she stood for everything. She believed in everything she stood for. She stood for everything she believed in, even her own faith. And she knew that her faith and being a woman and being a mother were major strikes for her in her earlier days. Yeah, and being a Jewish woman.
Absolutely,
absolutely. Well, I say we will push forward and fight on, because Ruth is with us. Right?
Oh, she is definitely here today.
She's here today. Okay, so first and foremost, where are you from?
I'm from Florida.
Florida, and how old are you?
I'm 12.
12 years old. And this is how many marches have you been to?
This is my fourth march.
Fourth march. Okay, so do you come from a family of fight for what's right?
I'm not quite sure, but
yeah.
Me and my mom have been doing it for 4 years now.
You and your mom together?
Yeah.
I absolutely love that. How do you feel, even though you're too young to vote, how do you feel about Biden and Kamala Harris? Let's ask how you feel about Kamala Harris.
I think, in my personal opinion, I would much rather her be president, but her being vice president is, I guess, as good as we're going to get, so I think they should.
So you like Kamala?
Yeah.
Your team Kamala all the way? All right, look, she's my senator. I'm from California.
Really?
So yeah,
That's cool.
that's my girl, yes.
So I'm a law student,
Oh, okay.
baby lawyer, as we say. And so my group, Future Mark, actually sent us out here because their group focused on protecting the integrity of the courts.
Oh.
And
That's good.
so we're out here today to make our voices known and make it be heard that going forward, there will be someone, us, with an eye on the judicial system, and we will be protected with every fiber of our being.
I love it. So how do you, as a law student, how do you feel about the current nominee? You know what's coming.
She is the butt of a lot of jokes on a lot of meme pages for law students. I've never seen a lawyer go in with no notes, nothing prepared. As someone who's worked in quite a few law offices so far already, that's scary. Only because I don't show up to class without notes. She should be showing up to the Supreme Court information.
Right. I remember RBG had like notes, like a binder of notes, like, but that's RBG, so you know. And these are your boys?
Yes.
How old are your boys?
Chase is 10 and Jackson is 8.
8. Okay, and you brought your boys here because you want them to see what exactly?
Mostly I want them to see that there's a bigger world than what they live in.
Right.
We talk about Ruth Bader Ginsburg, we talk about Black Lives Matter, you know, we talk about things at home, but we live in a really white neighborhood in western Massachusetts in the country, and so I need to get them out and let them see the world and you know, experience activism and standing up for things that we feel are right.
Right, absolutely. So how do you feel right now with all of this going on with the nomination of this new justice?
Terrified, I think, like most of us.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And how do you feel with RBG's passing? Like, what does that look like? I mean, how do we as women and men come together and fight this? What would you say? So that your little boys live in a more equal world than what we necessarily had.
I feel like every generation, hopefully, is better than the next one. And the reason why I do this with him is because I feel like my biggest responsibility is to make sure that the next generation that I'm in charge of grows up better than I did and better than my parents did, with better awareness and, you know, fighting for things that matter and making sure that the world is equitable and just. And
right. All right, so we are here in front of the Supreme Court about to do not confirm rally. So I'm here with 3 lovely ladies who all live local. And so yeah, so I'm just wondering, where are you from now currently?
I live in Southwest by the Wharf.
Okay, Southwest by the Wharf. Northwest, and where do you live?
Arlington.
Arlington. All very local, very, very local. Okay, so start with you. What made you come out today to honor RBG and stop this confirmation?
It's really emotional.
It's okay.
I've seen a few protests in my life, and I've seen the country go down the tubes with this guy that's in office. We gotta vote, we gotta turn out. We miss RGB, and she was great, and it's just really emotional. I have children, and I'm about to be a grandparent, and I want the world to be a better place. So, I think I answered your question. I feel so emotional.
You're good. That emotion
I'm just
is
so
very
tired and frustrated.
Yeah.
I don't want to be mean. I don't want to be hateful. I don't want to feel this way anymore.
Yeah.
So
It's a lot. It's a lot. There's a lot going on. And what brought you out here today? You've been here a long time.
We're still working on the same issues: equality for women, better lives for African Americans, and losing Ginsburg is really going to hurt us, and now it's going to be worse.
Yeah. It is one tiny woman had all of that on her shoulders. I mean, it's remarkable. And what brought you out here today?
I hope that we're bringing enough attention to what's going on in our country and the leadership that we currently have, and how important it is for a change in the presidency, that this will get people out to vote for Biden and Harris, and also to support Democrats for the Senate.
Yes, the Senate. Everyone, the Senate. It's so important.
How many of you ready to vote Donald Trump's ass out of office?